Greetings everyone, welcome back to another video. It's another Raw review. I've just felt like doing it just for the one time along with the music that you hear in the background. Anyway, welcome back to the channel everybody. Today we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. I have to be honest, I felt this Raw was probably the weakest of Triple H's shows tonight, and it's not because, oh, someone didn't return. I'm not like somebody who thinks... I'm not someone who wants to see someone return every week. I'm actually perfectly fine with Triple H actually holding off on some of the returns. Returns don't need to happen every week. I'm perfectly fine with him taking it easy on some of the returns. I think some returns should be saved for the Royal Rumble, if I'm being completely honest, but I felt like this show was a bit more on the weaker side. Not really anything to really enjoy. Well, outside of Drew and Kevin, I just didn't really think anything else was enjoyable. But we started off with the Judgment Day. They talk about the match with Edge coming up next week. Damian Priest says that he's going to defeat Edge. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, Edge is not going to be putting over anybody. Edge doesn't put over people. And I've known that, and we know that he doesn't put people over. Ever since he's come back, he hasn't put anybody over. Oh, but before anyone says, oh, but he's lost to Seth Rollins and he's lost to Roman Reigns, do you really consider them? Do you really count them as Edge putting them over? If you're going to consider them, then Jesus Christ, I don't call that putting over. When I talk about putting over, I mean putting over someone as young as Damian Priest. Someone who could benefit from a win over Edge. Roman and Seth didn't benefit a win over Edge. Hell, Edge didn't even give AJ Styles a win. Edge ain't putting over Damian Priest. And if he does, I'll come here next week. And if Damian Priest does defeat Edge next week, I'll be the first person to come onto the show next week and say, I was wrong. Edge did put someone over. But I'm very, very confident that Edge is not putting over Damian Priest next week. So Rey Mysterio tried to attack the Judgment Day, but the Judgment Day were too much for him. Then we had Alexa Bliss and Asuka defeat Nikki Ash and Doudrop in the Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. Oh, and also, I wanna go on a little bit of a tangent about this one. Not because of who won. It has nothing to do with the result. For some stupid reason, people all week long were making up ridiculous, dumb theories about... Because you know the car crash that happened last week on Raw and it involved Nikki Ash and Doudrop? For some stupid reason, people were thinking Dexter Lumis crashed their car was to set up Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae to take Doudrop and Nikki's spot in the tournament, and then they would be in Doudrop and Nikki's spot. And I'd hate to tell you guys this, that was possibly the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. That was possibly the most stupidest theory I've ever heard. Why would you put Indy and Candice in a losable situation against Alexa Bliss and Asuka? You're just gonna bring back Indy and Candice just to lose to Alexa Bliss and Asuka? Really? If Indy and Candice are in it, they have to win it. It's stupid, I know, it's really dumb, it was really dumb, I can't this is why you can't have the internet wrestling community run wrestling, because they're just full of idiots. They're full of idiots, and they have no freaking clue what they're talking about. Sure, you can fantasy book all you want, but God, God, it was just so stupid. I'm sorry to, and don't get me wrong, I like Candice and Indy as a tag team, but if I see Indy and Candice together, I instantly think of The Way. And I was never a fan of The Way. I was never a fan of The Way. I didn't like The Way. I don't want Indy Hartwell having anything to do with The Way, okay? She's past that. She's past that. She doesn't need to be going back to old ground that won't do her any good. I know how badly people want Johnny and Candice back in WWE, but for God's sake, be freaking patient, people. Have some patience. They will come when they're ready. Have some damn patience. I'd save Johnny and Candice for the Royal Rumble if I'm being completely honest. But people have no patience. And isn't it ironic, when Vince McMahon was in charge, people wanted every single superstar to leave WWE, but now that Triple H has taken over, now they want everybody to come back? I find that very, very funny. But anyway, moving on. We had another tag team match. This was The Miz and Ciampa taking on Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander. Mustafa and Cedric is actually a pretty cool pairing, I'm not gonna lie. I just wish they won. But hey, Triple H's guy is Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa is gonna be like the Roman Reigns of the Triple H era. Like, you're not gonna beat him. Well, okay, to be fair, Bobby Lashley did beat him last week, so okay, I guess I should take that back. But still, Ciampa is going to be booked to win a lot. And I really don't like Ciampa's gear. I really do not like that gear. I really do not like the gear that Ciampa wears. It looks like a friggin' watermelon. I really do not like it. And I don't like the Miz's gear either. He just looks like a friggin' tool. He looks like a friggin' buffoon having "I have massive balls" right on his tights. It's so stupid. And then we had possibly the best part of the show. It was Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre came out to cut a promo on Roman Reigns. Drew is correct that we do need a champion on Raw. I really hope Drew's the guy that puts over. I really, really, really hope Drew is the guy that beats Roman Reigns, because I've been very, very confident on this channel. I've been very confident on this channel that Drew is the guy. And I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm going to look like an idiot when it's not Drew. Because I've been so confident on this channel that it's going to be Drew. But in the end, I'm going to look like an idiot. Because he's probably more than likely not going to. And then Kevin Owens came out. He revealed that he's the prize fighter. He's reverting himself to being the prize fighter. So Becky Lynch went from being big time Bex, devolving back into the man. Now we've got Kevin Owens devolving back into the prize fighter, but for some weird reason, Alexa Bliss can't be the goddess. Oh, because fans would say this, and this about Alexa Bliss. That's why she can't be the goddess. Really? Come on. If other people can revert back to their old characters, Alexa Bliss sure as hell can go back to being the goddess. Absolutely ridiculous how so many people are devolving back into their old characters, but apparently me wanting Alexa Bliss to be the goddess is a bad thing. But anyway, the match between Drew and Kevin was very, very good. It was possibly the best part of the show, and both guys were protected because the Usos came out and caused a distraction. They caused a disqualification, sorry. And, yeah, so the Usos caused a DQ, and, yeah, their attack didn't really work on Drew McIntyre. Yay, my favourite superstar is back, Riddle, and I say that in a sarcastic way. I don't like Riddle at all. Riddle came back, and he and Seth Rollins are going to have a match at Clash of the Castle. Veer Mahan wrestled a jobber. We're just going to move on, because you guys don't need to know who won that match. Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship. It was an alright match. I'm not the biggest fan of Bobby Lashley, but I don't hate Lashley as much as I used to. I don't really hate him as much as I used to anymore. But, you know, I still just don't care for him all that much. But it was a decent match. Miz and Ciampa tried to get involved, but Dexter Lumis appeared again. I think they're trying to make it sound like Dexter Lumis isn't signed by WWE because they keep having security take him out. So yeah, Bobby Lashley ended up winning with a spear to retain. We had Dakota Kai pretty much squash Dana Brooke, and you guys know I actually like Dana Brooke, and I like Dakota as well. Don't get me wrong, I like Dakota as well, but I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of disappointed that this was very one-sided. But I get it. But I get it. Dakota needs to look strong. So I get it. As much as I was disappointed that we couldn't get a competitive match between the two ladies, I understand that Dakota needed to look dominant. So, I understand it. So, and then the main event was Theory versus Dolph Ziggler. Seriously, did Vince McMahon book this show or something? Because I don't understand this. This show did not feel all that exciting. This has to be the first Triple H show that I actually didn't really enjoy all that much. Seriously, did Vince McMahon just book the main event or something? Because seriously, why is Theory in the main event? Unbelievable. His match with Ziggler, I didn't really care too all that much about, but Theory got the win. Yeah, didn't really like this show this week. I'm sorry, guys. The first thumbs down show for me under Triple H. Do better, Hunter. Do better. So, thank you all for joining me. Hit that like button if you guys... Hit the like button. Subscribe. And I will see you all next time.